Hello, everybody, and welcome to my talk. I'm Abryl, and today I'm going to be exploring the concept of time, basing my discussion around this question. Are we aware that our existence is ephemeral, something that's temporary and transitory? And if so, why don't we realize the value of our time? Because, spoiler alert, we are going to die. From a young age, people have told us about this route of life, how we're born, continued by our life, and how it ends with death. So, with this being said, in theory, we all should know that our time on Earth is brief. And I feel like this should be alarming to everybody. But so far, I don't see anyone concerned over the fact that we are going to die. Why aren't we taking Carpe Diem seriously? Why aren't we living life as if there was no tomorrow? What I see is that people just want to have fun. And that's fine. I love to have fun. But knowing that we won't be able to have fun forever, knowing that our existence as we know it will eventually vanish, shouldn't we care more about how we spend our time? Let's dig into this. First, let's analyze our lives. This table shows 5,200 boxes, each little box representing 1 week of our lives, showing a total lifetime of 100 years. There's quite a lot of boxes, right? If we're even lucky enough to live for that long, 100 years. Well, let's take into consideration that most of us here sleep for an average of about 8 hours a day, equivalent to 1/3 of our day. Let's also take into account that all of us here work or go to school for another 8 hours, more or less. So between work and sleep, we have already consumed 2/3 of our day. And there are even more ways in which our time is gone, through eating and commuting, for example, leaving us with approximately 4 hours a day of free time. Time we can spend with our family and friends, doing our homework, running errands, doing sport, really just doing anything we want. But 4 hours is a very, very limited amount of time. Yet it's still very manageable. But when we put it into this table, suddenly we realize that there aren't that many boxes. I'm 16 years old, and I have already consumed all of this time. If we also consider that we consume most of our time through distractions like social media, I mean, hands up if you've used your phone in the past hour. Come on, hands up. Yeah, look around. Just take a look at your daily screen time, and we realize that we have practically no time left to accomplish our dreams. These could be life projects like marrying, traveling the world, starting a business, I don't know. The point is that we must find a way to manage our time more efficiently, as time is of the essence. But why do we waste so much time in the first place? Are you even aware that you're wasting valuable time? Well, on a daily basis, we lose time through distractions, which provide us with a short-term sense of satisfaction. In many cases, we tell ourselves that we are killing time by procrastinating or by keeping ourselves distracted. But in reality, if you think about it, there really is no such thing as killing time, as time can only kill us. I've mentioned before that we have a very limited amount of free time we should take advantage of. Yet we decide to spend most of it hooked up on our phones. And I get it. I use my phone all the time, as social media is a part of my social life, and I use it to interact with my friends and with my family. But it can be very addicting, right? It deviates us from focusing on our purpose. And although social media is a form of entertainment, it doesn't always fulfill us, as it's very shallow and superficial. But life would be very boring if we never had fun, right? This is why I believe that it is vital for us to have some entertainment, some fun, to find happiness, in order to have a positive outlook towards life and be even more motivated to live. We must establish a healthy network of felicity and support for us to count on when situations in life get difficult, as feeling our positive emotional state incites us into chasing our objectives and being more ambitious, as feeling happy does influence how we view our lives It makes us feel that our existence is something that's significant and meaningful. On the other hand, in the long term, we waste time by our loss of direction, by not finding our purpose, and by not having a clear dream. Without a goal that we're passionate about, there's not much for us to look forward to in life, so we simply don't know how to manage our time. Everything we do, we don't know why we do, or for what. I bet a lot of you have felt this way before. We question if what we're doing is even worth anything, which leads us to feeling that we're completely wasting our time. Despite this, I think it is essential for us to sacrifice part of our time into finding this purpose or motivation. Otherwise, if we do nothing to find it, then we would truly be wasting our time. But don't be demotivated if you haven't found your dream yet. You have one. We all do. Something that inspires you. But in order to find it, you must come out of your comfort zone. And to be completely honest with you all, I'm still in the process of finding my dream. I have no idea what my purpose in this life is, but I find inspiration in music and history, for example. So I try to dive into these areas to learn more about them. So, in my opinion, an efficient use of time combines both the pursuit of our purpose with a controlled amount of distractions. With this being said, our time to be distracted and have fun is limited in our already restricted lifetime. So instead of spending our time on distractions like social media, I propose for us to find lasting happiness through real-life experiences. Because so far I've talked about time in terms of a lifetime, in terms of this. But let me put it this way. What would you do if you only had 24 hours left to live? Many of you might say, well, I'd spend time with my friends or with my family. And this is true. Connecting with people and feeling part of a community is a form of feeling happy. But you might also be asking yourselves, who is this girl to define happiness? Who am I to decide what's supposed to make you feel content? Well, in truth, I'm no one for this, as only you can decide what truly makes you happy. But seriously, ask yourselves this question. And if you were to die within the next 24 hours, God forbid none of you do, what would you have regret not having done? Refreshing your Instagram feed? Or not having done something you love? So, what does this have to do with my talk? Why am I even telling you this? Well, because first of all, we need to have a dream. We need to find that dream, and then we have to pursue it. And for that, we don't have that much time. Depending on that dream, you may need to start right now. Remember, this is your life. You only have a few weeks, a few boxes to actually spend time on this dream, because we must make our lives meaningful for humankind, yourselves, your family, for your purpose. We all have one. Are you going to fulfill it, or let distractions get in the way? Will you become aware that your existence is ephemeral? And will you realize the value of your time? And to conclude my talk, I'll leave you with this quote. The clock is running. Make the most of today, as time waits for no man. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. But today, it's a gift. That is why it's called the present. So, come out of here to find your purpose and your happiness. And instead of keeping it as your dream, start making it your reality. Thank you.